Hi everybody, I am Kim Free if you don't know me from STGP. You like my new logo that's literally taped onto my banner because I don't have a new banner yet. And this is Parker, who works for STGP. I'm located in Sundre. Parker is an olds, and Parker has been with us for about 4 months. And he is our Google guy. He's the Google guy. Self-proclaimed nerd, love him to bits. Here's Parker. Can you tell us a bit more about yourself, Mr. Parker?
Hello, everybody. As Kim said, I'm Parker. I am, yes, the Google guy. Those are that's kind of my area of expertise. I am a recent 2019 grad of Red Deer College's Media Studies and Professional Communications, and I have some training with Google. I've done some Google at my previous jobs, and beyond that, if I'm not playing video games, I'm probably watching sports. That's pretty much all there is to know about me.
Nice. Perfect. So we've launched some new services, and Parker is a big part of that. I really felt that there were certain members of the STGP team that had certain skills and abilities, and then we had clients asking for certain other services. So we're just connecting the two, which is so fun. So let's talk about SEO. So I'll give you my definition, which is quite basic, and hopefully everybody can understand. So SEO to me means search engine optimization, which means you want to build the back end of the website and do some other fancy things in order to make sure that your website is found on the internet, right?
Yeah, I would say that's definitely a very fair description. So when I think about my SEO services, I think for the main part about SEO, I think there are four things worth noting. The most important thing is keywords. What is your business known for? That is something that needs to be established early in your website and needs to be established throughout the website.
Mm-hmm.
If you sell certain products, you need to be able to find when people search that product.
Yeah.
Which the next one that I would say is repetition without redundancy. So you need to keep the message continually throughout your site on the various pages, but you don't need to and you don't want to just say the same thing over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Why would Google show multiple pages that show the same thing?
Yeah. Say it in different ways.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The third one, a very important one, but not necessarily the most important, because of what you'll be doing is site speed. Of course, that sounds very important. You want your site to load fast in the same way that if you call somebody and it takes 10 rings, they don't answer, you're going to hang up the phone.
Mm-hmm.
If a site takes forever to load, you're not going to click on it.
Mm-hmm.
The reason it's not something that's focused on as much is because if you're building your website through a client like Wix or WordPress or Shopify or whatever else, it's probably pretty fast.
Yeah.
There are little things you can do here and there. You can optimize things, and I will do those with those services, but those are very quick.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing, which is in my opinion, excluding keywords, the most important thing is that you want a low bounce rate. For those who don't know what a bounce rate is, that's someone that clicks onto your site, takes one look at it, and bounces on out of there. The best way to do that is to make your sites and your landing pages, which is what they will first see when they click on your site, very interesting so that they actually want to stay.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the main things that I do editing SEO.
Yeah.
The main way that I do that is I update what is called your search engine results page snippets. Those are basically just what appears when someone searches on Google. They have a little title, they have a little description, and they have a URL. I edit those to make sure that those all look good and that Google understands those and that Google can direct people to your site.
Mm-hmm.
There are, of course, a few more things about SEO. There are a few more important things, of course. This is a quick definition, and if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them.
Totally. Now I want to pick your brain after we do this video because now I'm interested to know what my snippets look like. Cool. So thanks for that, Parker. Next, let's talk about Google My Business. So this is another service that Parker offers, of course. To me, Google My Business, so when I go on my phone or I go on my computer and I search something, it looks different on the phone or on the computer, of course. But if people have their Google My Business account set up for their business, it's like a mini website on Google. So it has pictures usually and the name of the business and like a link to their website and their opening hours, and it's the place to contain the reviews and all of that. And so to me, Google My Business, well, first of all, it's free to set up. And so businesses should certainly do that. But what else can you tell us about Google My Business, and why should businesses be interested in this type of service?
Well, the main reason that I think Google My Business is very important is we're all very busy right now, especially when we're searching for things on the internet. The biggest advantage that I have for Google My Business is that it is incredibly easy to find all the information about your business. If someone searches your business, it'll appear right there on the SERP page. It'll give you a phone number, it'll give you an in-person location, it'll give you hours, and it'll give you reviews, as well as some photos and all that. That is an incredibly quick way to find a business if you're trying to figure out where something is or how to contact this place. So what I do is that I make sure that people can understand that and people can get to your business quick. It also is a fantastic way to discover how people are finding your business. Pairing that with Google Analytics, which is totally free extra thing that I will look into for any Google My Business clients, I can find out what on your Google My Business is drawing people to you the most. Are people using your phone number? Are people looking at it and leaving, meaning they're probably finding an in-person location? Maybe they're even clicking it right into Google Maps. Are people clicking to your website, and what are they doing on your website? The reason this is all important is that it can help you tailor your website, tailor your marketing, and tailor potential ads campaigns to your clients.
Lovely. Excellent explanation, Parker. Goodness. I had a question in there, but I forget. Great. Google My Business. Important stuff. Google Ads Management. So you almost touched on this. So one time after I set up my Google My Business account, Google offered me some free budget to spend on Google Ads, as like to entice me to try Google Ads. And I'm keen for that, right? I can learn this. I'll watch a YouTube video and try it myself. My goodness, that is complicated. So I set up a Google ad, kind of, sort of, and I spent my $50 and the $50 they gave me, or whatever that looked like. I don't know if it worked. Like, it was a shot in the dark, and I'm pretty darn tech savvy, right? And so, yeah, tell us a little bit about Google Ads, Parker.
So the easiest way to define Google Ads is that Google Ads are listings on the SERP that you bid for. So whenever something is the SERP, S-E-R-P, the search engine results page, just what appears whenever you search for something on Google.
Yes.
Whenever something is searched for, a very quick automated bid takes place, and Google uses that to determine what appears in what order. There'll only ever be 3 ads that'll appear above the organic search results. For those who don't know, an organic search results are just what are not being bid on. So those are the actual SEO ads, and not every search will have Google Ads listings on them. So some of the important things to know about what you would be wanting to do and why you'd want to do Google Ads. The biggest and most important thing, you will never be charged unless your ad is clicked on.
Ooh.
So even if someone searches and your ad shows up, but they click your organic website that appears below lower, you will not get charged. And if people never click your ad,
that's what I want.
pay a cent. So what essentially happens, as I said, is Google takes in a few different factors to determine what will appear 1, 2, and 3. And no, for people wondering, it is not only who is willing to pay the most for a click. There are a lot of factors that determine it, and for anybody that's curious, I would be happy to explain them in depth. One of them being search engine optimization, just saying.
Oh, so they all kind of work together, hey? The Google My Business, the search engine, yeah.
They work very much in depth. But now some of the most important things to know are that you can set bids for as many keywords or key search terms as you want. You can set a lot, you can set few. There are, of course, varying levels of how in-depth these search terms and search keywords are. And for those wondering, just to be clear, when I say keywords, not all keywords are one word. So if I search office chairs for sale, that is considered one keyword.
Right, yeah.
So while you can set all those up, you can adjust those at any time. And you can adjust anything pretty much about Google Ads. That's actually one of the coolest aspects of Google Ads. if you are setting up ads that you want people to call you, you can set them to only run when your office is open because you don't want to be called at midnight. You can set them to bid more at a certain time, bid less at a certain time,
Hmm.
and you can set your max daily budget for everything, and you can set certain keywords to bid more or less. And it's worth noting that, real quick, that even if you set a max bid of, say, let's say you set a max bid of $3 for a click, you won't necessarily pay $3. You will pay the absolute minimum amount to beat the person that's appearing below you.
Mm,
So if you set $3, but you only need to spend $1.20 to win that spot, you'll pay $1.20.
gotcha. And so is part of your services with STGP, with the Google ad stuff, is to, because I heard you say that you can edit, like you can change the keywords and such. So is
Yes,
part of your service to go in and make changes?
absolutely. That is one of the most important aspects. And I will also be adding, with every time I go in, I will add keywords, I will adjust keywords, and I will also add what are negative keywords. For those who don't know, they sound pretty self-explanatory. They are keywords that you will never appear for. So
Uh,
why would you want a negative keyword? Because you want to reach more people, right? Well, when you're paying for clicks, when you're paying for people to view your site, you want to tailor those to reach people that are going to be more likely to spend time on your website.
yeah,
If somebody is searching for something for free and you're only selling stuff, you don't want to appear for that to pay for that because they're not wanting to pay for your services. They want something for free. Plus, not
exactly.
only does tailoring these results allow you to appear better, but because your click-through rate, so the people that are actually clicking to your site will appear better, and that's going to tell Google, hey, this person's ads are doing pretty well. Let's
Uh,
charge them less to rank them higher. So it all comes full circle to really make it to make it as universal, and it all works in tandem with one
yeah,
another.
and as affordable as possible. It's
Absolutely.
great.
And
Awesome.
one other
Yeah.
really cool little aspect that I will add with all of your Google ads, you can add what are called extensions. And these are some of the really cool things because you can add to the bottom of your ad, which appears basically just as a regular Google search engine results page snippet. You can have specific products on your website that it'll link to. You can have more information. You could list something like enter save 20 on our online store and save 20%. Or the one that I think will get a lot of people in this area, you can add a phone number that people can just instantly click. And
Mhm.
much like with clicks, you won't get charged unless somebody calls that number.
Yeah. Awesome. Wow. So much to consider. Love it, Parker. I love how you get like nerdy excited about this stuff. I need to say one more thing. It's awesome. So we are proud to offer these services at a price point that small business owners can afford, and medium-sized businesses and all that. But we love helping small and local businesses especially, and so we endeavor to keep our prices affordable. There's so many tricks and tools that the internet offers us for marketing purposes, and we love bringing these tools into the modern business owner's hands. So head to our website to see our pricing on these new services that Parker will be offering. Our new website is stgp.ca. So small town girl promotions now growing up into STGP. So yes, definitely reach out if you have any questions. If I can't answer the questions, I'll get Parker to help answer those questions. And certainly, thanks for watching all the way through to the end, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, everybody. Hope to hear from you
Bye.
soon.